Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on my way. Oh, dear, precious Lord, lead with my life. Most but my hold my hand, let's have take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home.
I wanted to take just a second this morning and share something with you that the Lord shared with me, and I wanted to run and tell it.
Yeah.
And He took me back to the first Psalm.
Yeah.
And I know we know that piece of text, but give me a minute and I will just take us there. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the shaft, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish."
Yes, that's the word.
I just want to use for a thought this morning, water is essential. Water is essential. And what I mean by essential, I mean necessary. Now, so in this particular situation, what you learn is that, well, the water, unless it is flowing through that tree or through that plant and keeps on flowing, the issue is a leaf will wither when there's an absence of water.
Yes, it will wither. Yes, it will.
That means it won't look as good as it ought to look.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It won't be as tender as it ought to be.
That's right.
It'll be a little dry. You can barely touch it. It'll get ready to crumble up on you.
That's exactly right.
Are you with me? And if it gets so bad, then the duct in which the water was flowing to the leaf Sometimes it'll just lock down. And when it locks down, now the leaf is completely cut off. And that's when the leaf falls off and dies. Are y'all following me? So what you learn then is it dies because there is a absence of water.
Yes, all right.
What it is, it just couldn't get to it.
That's right.
Not that it wasn't available, it just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Are y'all following me? Huh? Some things that closed down. There was no access through the portal to allow the water to flow.
Yes, sir.
Y'all follow me?
I'm following you.
We just talked about flowing water this morning.
That's right.
See, it had gotten closed down.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a little while ago that you have some choices to make. Well, we're told to not walk in the counsel of the ungodly,
Yeah.
right? We're told to not stand in the way of sinners. We're told to not sit in the seat of the scornful. But we are told what to do. Are y'all with me? We're told to delight ourselves, in His Word.
That's right.
Isn't that right? And delight is like that hunger. Delight is like that I take great pleasure in. I desire greatly. That's what it means. I can't wait to get a hold to it. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to look at it. So if you desire, if you delight yourself in the Word, then what happens is it says that you'll be like a tree planted by the river.
Yes, it is.
I hope y'all following this. Are y'all with me? Ain't no walking, ain't no standing, ain't no sitting. See, if it's just set there, it might want to get up.
That's right. Watch out.
If it's standing there, it might want to move.
That's right. Watch out. Now watch out.
And if it's walking, it may not want to stop.
That's right.
See, some things need to be planted.
Yes,
The concept of planting is once it's planted, it don't move.
That's right.
Are y'all following me? Huh? We just talking about some the essentiality of water now. We just talking about how essential water is. So the tree gets planted by the river or by the water, right? And what it says is that in due time it brings forth fruit.
Yes, it does.
Huh?
That's what he said. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what he
Because it's planted.
That's right.
Its roots can go down.
That's right.
Its roots can extract from the river.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, you're right.
And obviously it must be flowing through the tree because there's fruit.
That's right.
And then what you have also is it says that the leaf will not wither. Now that means that the leaf will have a constant supply of water. Are y'all with me? Ain't nothing closed up. Well, nothing closed up because it goes back to the delight. You see how it goes together? See, the issue gets to be where there's no delight, then there's a problem.
Right. That's right.
You see,
Yes, it is.
because there's no desire to obtain. There's no desire to get it. Don't you know? Roots in the ground, they have a tendency of stretching out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me like you don't know. Have you ever seen a tree in a forest that may not have sunlight directly, but it will move and bend such that it can get it?
Yeah.
Well, see what it is. That plant has a desire. It has a desire. See that plant delights itself in the sunlight. And it will do whatever it has to do to get some of that, even if it's just for a little while. I'm just talking for a minute. So that's what you have now. So we're talking about the essentiality of water. So water is very, very essential.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's essential because without it, there is no fruit.
That's right. That's right.
Without it, there is no green leaves.
That's right. All right.
The plant would just wither and die.
Yes. Yes.
Are y'all with me?
That's right.
Okay, so you got to have it.
Have it, yeah.
And what's so awesome with this is there's a third piece that's added on. The third piece that's added on is, let me talk about this. Are you ready for it? It's actually is prosperity. Because as the record declares that whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
Possible, yes. That's right.
Ain't that right?
That's what he said.
Ain't that right?
It is. That's right.
Hmm?
That's right. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
So you got to learn. You got to learn to put this thing together. Now you got to learn to put this thing together. So without the delight, where there's a burning desire to obtain or get your hands on it, right? Then no wonder then there's no meditation.
All right. Yeah.
You see, the meditation follows the delight.
That's right.
Oh, I wish that's what happens. The meditation follows the delight. I'm just telling you how it is.
Yes, it is.
So you find the things that, okay, let me make it plain for you. When you find something that you're passionate about, okay, you find that you delight yourself in it. And then guess what? You also find that you're thinking about it all the time.
That's right.
Oh, I wish I had just a little bit of time here. So the meditation is you're constantly reflecting. You're meditating on a thing that you delight in.
That's right.
Are you with me? So all I'm trying to show you is that the meditation follows the delight. But the delight is what gets it started. And if you're going to delight yourself in anything, it ought to be God's word.
Amen.
I'm telling you right now. Because if you go back to and you refer to that what he's trying to tell you in there, he showed you that the water is essential for the tree to not only bear fruit, but also its leaf to be and healthy, and also for it to be prosperous. Now let's relate this back to us for a minute. Now we said before now. So when you desire the word of the Lord, then you don't have a problem meditating on it.
Right. That's right.
When you're hungry for something, then you don't mind thinking about your ways you can get your hands on it. Y'all following me? I just want to make sure now. I want to make sure you follow me now. Okay. So with that delight, David said, I've hid the word in my heart, so that I might not sin against it. So there's a delight there. Are you with me? Okay. So once that delight is there, the meditation follows. Then what happens then is for us as children, what happens then is one, the fruit comes forth in my season. And I'm here to tell you, our seasons all the time. But the fruit comes forth, and the fruit is not necessarily for me. Whenever you've seen an apple is used for the apple tree. No, the apple is used for those that walk by and are hungry, and they. Okay, so the fruit is not necessarily for me. Are you with me?
That's right.
Okay, but the leaf, that's me all day.
That's right.
And the leaf not being withered means the leaf remains strong.
Yeah.
Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
So the promise is that he keeps me strong.
Yeah.
The promise is that my leaf will not wither, son. It don't matter if it's in the storm or the rain. My leaf is not going to wither. It don't matter. There might be a famine somewhere else, but not here, because my leaf is not going to wither. Are y'all with me? And then the last thing is as men, we have the degree of prosperity, because the record is whatsoever we do shall prosper. Now, let me just say this and then I'm through. Now, so what's going on is all of that happens because the water is flowing.
Yeah.
Without the water, there be no nothing. So the water is flowing from the root through the stem out to the leaves. Are you with me? The water is flowing, and it's flowing because where it's planted by the river, which means it has a constant supply of water. Let me just make this plain. The river is Jesus, or Christ, rather, both, and the water is His word. See, He has planted me in Him, right? Never to be moved. And now, so I have access. I can extract. I can intake the water. Are y'all with me? And the water is going to do its job. Isn't that right? You see how that all goes? Huh? You see how that all goes? Well, that's what it is. So I'm just going to say water is essential.
Yes, it is.
And I hope now you understand how essential water is. If you're going to design anything, you ought to desire His word.
That's right.
Are you with me?
That's right. You're right.
Huh?
You're right about it.
So that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. And you ought not let anything get in your way. Taller trees, it don't matter. I'll just bend to the left and going around you. But I'm gonna get some of that. Are you with me? As far as the sunlight.
Right.
Same thing with the roots. Your roots might be there, but I'm gonna find a way somewhere.
Exactly.
Because my little fingers ain't gonna stop until I get some of that water.
All right.
Man, are they following me, man?
Right,
I'm just saying about to follow me now. I'm just trying to make it plain this morning.
You're right.
Huh?
You're right about it. You're right about it, son. You're right about it. You're right about it.
We're just trying to make it plain. We're just trying to make it plain. So that's all we're saying. That's all we're saying this morning. But there's a great blessing, and I'll say this, and I am done. There's a great blessing because what you got to understand is that the whole thing is of God. Number one, He put the desire in your heart. Number two, He's the one that planted you by the river.
Yes.
Number three, He's the one that causes the water to flow.
Yes.
Number four, because it's His word, His water, then it's going to do its job. Okay? So in essence, He is the one that allows me to bring forth fruit. And additionally, He's the one that keeps my leaf from drying out. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
And furthermore, He's the one that when I stretch forth my hand, whatever I find myself doing, He's the one that will make it prosper.
Yes. Yes, He is.
Are y'all with me?
Yes, He is.
Not us.
That's right.
It's Him.
It is Him.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, I'm just gonna say amen. I'm just gonna say amen.
Amen.
I'm just gonna say amen.